And just like that, it's Sunday again. That means I gotta prepare for next week, go over the weekly volume profile, see if the plan of last week made sense, create a new plan, and yeah, just be ready for next week because we gotta make some money, right? Let's just dive straight into it. Last week we opened up in value of the prior week. We started trading outside of value, which is a bullish thing, hitting all these targets here. And then we finally hit the POC, the naked point of control of the all-time high week, and we rejected here. Now, I was still leaning bullish as long as we were trading above the structure, just from a structure point of view, until Thursday where we sold off hard. I was dealing with a lot of internet connections. I mean, yeah, just connection issues that day. And then Friday, we basically chopped around the first 2 hours and then we started melting again. So that's going to be interesting to see next week if we are going to reject current POC and value, trade lower and sweep these lows, or are we going to stay balanced, range bound, to be seen. But that's why we create a new plan. So first of all, I'm going to delete all the old levels. We need this one. These can stay basically. Just marking out the value from last week. Value low here at a 570-ish. Value area high 75. And then the POC is at a 883. So this value from last week, look for some extremes. So for example, if we decide to trade outside of value, be looking for this aggression on delta. It's going to be an important level to hold or sell off from, which is at 474. If we, for example, we sell off, we drop out of value, we hit that level and we're not able to bounce like this, we sell off, use this resistance, like this is an obvious target, like the range low from last week. There's like zero volume traded here, so I'm not gonna be using it as a target, because if price drops below, I'm anticipating price to hit the value area low from that week prior to that, which is at 292, 291. And then all the other levels can just stay basically because they're just not tapped. So for example, we lose the value area low, we trade towards that high volume node, I mean that aggression on delta, we are unable to bounce, we reject, then I'm looking for value. This is going to be, it's going to be nothing, I think. It is valid to use. Yes, we can bounce, we can sweep it to a tick and bounce, but overall on a bigger time frame, I'm looking for a retest of this value. If we lose this, obviously the low of that session, there's going to be bounce points on extremes out of value again here with the aggression, but overall I'll be looking for these targets to guide me. All the other levels just are still in play from the other week. If I zoom out here for a minute, so if we lose the current value, we lose the aggression, trade towards that value area low from the prior week. If we lose that, overall I'll be looking for the low. If we lose this, I'll be looking for this low. If we lose that low, I'll be looking for this low. Yes, if we lose that low, I'll be looking for the value area low from that week. If we lose that value area low, I'll be looking for the low of that week, and so forth. Just keep it easy on the bigger time frame targets and narrative. think that's good for the downside, because I do anticipate downside, but yeah, we'll see what happens. If we bounce, we trade towards the naked point of control. This is an area of rejection, obviously, but if we continue, I'll be looking for the value area higher. Then I won't be looking for the aggression outside of value here. What's important here, obviously that range high is important, but I want to see more information. So I'm going to use, if I can drag that at least, if it wants to move. Yes, thank you. Already plots out the high of that session. Then I want to be looking for the aggression. So I want to be looking for a high volume node outside of value with the most aggression in delta. Sell aggression here. I think this one. There's a case to be made for this one, but then again, that one is too close towards the high. Yeah, I'm going to be using this one here. Copy. Paste. Then maybe different colors, because this is not it. Just like that. So for the bulls, if we bounce on the lows here, we trade above the prior weekly point of control, we trade towards value, we go past, keep trading up. This is going to be key line in the sand. If we wick here and we start failing again, this could be a nice entry for a complete value rotation, for example. Same on the bottom. Moves like this. That's what I'll be looking for next week for sure. But on the bull side, just for the bull side, because there's a ton of probabilities it can happen. We can go up here, then reject, go down, or we can open up, go search for more liquidity, then regain. Those are probabilities, but in this case, I'm just looking for the targets. If we just go straight up and straight down, if that makes sense. Obviously, every target, every point is a point of rejection. Regardless, more levels. So if we continue up, we find buyers. We trade outside of value. We trade outside of that aggression. I'll be looking for the prior weekly high here. If that one goes, that means we are trading back into, it's going to be looking really bullish. Once we start trading above the aggression here, I'm going to be really bullish for moves towards that prior weekly high back into the value from the all-time high week. So if we get past that level, the one we rejected, that high volume node on the all-time high week profile here, I'll be looking for a complete value rotation and all-time highs. If that happens, it's looking very bearish at the moment, or more bearish than bullish, but I'm just looking for the probabilities. If price for whatever reason starts trading above these levels, I will be getting really bullish. But yeah, I foresee some more downside potential probability for prior weekly point of control, maybe a little bit more higher here. And reject again. We'll see what happens. It's a probability game, but this is why I create these plans to see what happens. Price can do whatever it wants, and then I got my levels. I know what to do, so that's what the plan is for. I think that looks good to trade for next week. Pray for no data feed lag and all of that, so we can trade normal, make some money. And yeah, I'll see y'all guys over the weekend, or after the weekend. I'll see y'all next one.